Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So I'm a bit of a homebody. A lot of my hobbies are things that I can do in the comfort of my own home, and one of my favorite cozy hobbies is board gaming. So today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite board games, what I love about them. I'd love to hear from y'all in the comments about what some of your faves are, and I hope that this can provide some good game recommendations for y'all as well. All that said, let's dive right in. So first up we have Wingspan, which is a favorite of both mine and my partner. The Wingspan is an engine builder where you place birds in one of the 3 habitats of your wildlife preserve. Most of the birds have different powers and abilities, and you can combine these to make powerful combos and try to finish the game with the most points. I do have an interest in birds, but even without that, there's so much to love about this game. The art on the playmats and the cards is beautiful. The play pieces of the board game itself are so satisfying to use, and I feel like while it can be a little bit front heavy, once you've got an understanding of the game, it's pretty straightforward and easy to follow. I've also had the pleasure of playing Wingspan digitally, both on Board Game Arena and on Steam and Nintendo Switch. While it's obviously more satisfying to play with the physical pieces, playing digitally is really enjoyable too. So next up is Sequoia, which is a fun little game. This was actually an impulse purchase for me. I was at the PAX Unplugged board game convention, and I was traveling quite light, so I didn't want to pick up any big board games, but I didn't want to leave empty-handed either. I saw Sequoia, I liked the art, I liked the name, the description sounded cool, and so I picked it up. It's a fun little game of luck and a choice where you roll your dice and then choose which forest to plant your trees in. But at the end of the game, only the 2 tallest trees in each forest will get points and the rest get nothing, so you have to choose carefully. It's a simple game, but very, very fun and super easy to play, and I'm really glad that I picked it up on that whim. So next up is Dormantic, which is a tabletop implementation of one of my favorite video games. Dormantic is a cooperative tile placement game about building out little villages, farms, forests, rivers, and train tracks. The game is a little bit of a table hog in terms of space, but I like that it's cooperative so we can build out the landscape together. I also like that the optional campaign mechanic lets you unlock special tiles and tools as you progress. There is also a non-cooperative version called Duel, but I haven't played that one. Overall, I think it's a great adaptation, pulling from the strengths of the original while also bringing its own features, and overall it's just a nice chill gaming experience. Next up is Cascadia, which is a puzzly tile placement game by Flat Out Games. Cascadia is about building out habitats, moving in wildlife, and trying to create an ecosystem that scores the most points. You take turns placing hexagonal tiles in your territory, which have several different biomes on them. You want to create large contiguous areas of each habitat while also placing wildlife tokens in ways that score points. I love the logic and strategy aspect that a lot of the Flat Out Games titles feature, and Cascadia is no exception. I love the nature and wildlife theming. The game features beautiful art by Beth Sobel, and overall I think it's a very lovely and tranquil gaming experience, if a bit of a head scratcher. They also more recently released Cascadia Rolling, which are 2 roll and write spin-offs of the original, which I also really enjoy. Next up is Flamecraft, which is a worker placement game involving cute dragons working in shops. Play as flame keepers, people who can converse with dragons, and work to place the artisan dragons in the many businesses around town. Collect various resources, boost the shops using enchantments, and try to gain the most reputation points, either from the businesses themselves or with the help of fancy dragons. As with a lot of my faves, the cute theming and the art style are big pluses for me. The little dragons, the shops, the art on the playmat itself, it's all very, very cute. The art was done by Sandara Tang, and I think it brings a lot of character to the game. I even hand sewed some little drawstring bags to keep the game tokens in because I loved it so much. Overall though, it is a very cozy game with the potential for very powerful and satisfying combos, so I really recommend it. So next up is Railroad Ink and Railroad Ink Challenge. Railroad Ink is the original, and then I have the challenge version which adds some in-game goals. So this is a roll and write game, or rather roll and draw game, about adding trains and highways into your grid. You want to try and make your routes nice and long to try and score points, but make sure you don't get yourself stuck. With only a few rounds, the games are short and sweet, but they're full of strategy and puzzle potential. I really like the logic aspect of this game, plus there's loads of cool expansions that add interesting little mechanics in. The game isn't too complex, plays very quickly, and is overall a really enjoyable little puzzle game. So I've got a couple of honorable mentions which I didn't want to go as in-depth into, but I wanted to mention as well, the first of which is Deep Dive. This one's a family favorite. It's a simple but enjoyable push-your-luck game about penguins hunting for food. You can dive deeper for higher value food, but you risk becoming prey yourself. We love this one for a quick and easy family game, particularly for those family members who aren't as board game inclined. Next up is Point City, which is an engine building card game with a fun and energetic art style. Draft cards and resources, build buildings in your city, and try to score the most points. This game is the spiritual successor to Point Salad, and it's a really good pick if you're looking for a strategy game that's easy to pick up but provides a challenge for everyone. Next up is Onitama, think chess but on a smaller scale. The moves that your pieces can make are determined by a few cards that get passed between you and your opponent for the whole match. It's themed around martial arts, and you need to move your pieces to claim victory in one of 2 ways without handing your opponent the winning move. This one is a kind of tricky but enjoyable game. Last on my list for today is Carcasson, a classic board game where you place tiles and claim territories to score points. This one's been a long-time favorite of mine. I like that the various expansions add in layers of complexity, and overall I think its low barrier to entry makes it a great pick. So yeah, those are some of my favorite board games. Thank you for listening to me yap about them for a little bit. Like I said before, I would love to hear in the comments what some of your favorites are, if you have any suggestions for other games that you think I might like, or if there are some in this video that you might end up trying yourself. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Thank you for choosing to spend some of it with me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!